Hey everybody, welcome to Sports Check. We've got Arkansas football, Roger Goodell, and where did all the home runs go? Find out now. This is your Sports Check. Well, good day. What's up, world? You know, some days when things don't go my way, I sit back and think to myself, it could be worse. I could be sick, or a bum, or a sick bum, or I could be an Arkansas fan. The curse of Bobby Petrino continued to plague the school last weekend when they suffered the biggest upset of the season at home to Louisiana Monroe. The loss catapulted the Razorbacks out of the top 25 and was most likely due to losing starting quarterback Tyler Wilson at halftime. Wilson had a little trouble.
Pull! Ooh! Finish him. Flawless victory.
And if the loss wasn't enough, Hog fans learned Friday that Wilson won't be playing in the Alabama game due to his injuries, rendering whatever upset they might have had pretty much impossible. Oh, but some experts don't think that's true. What experts? Just watch.
There's nowhere in the world that I would rather be than yelling, "Whoopie Suey!" And there's nothing in the world that I would rather see than to beat Alabama 100-3. And Tyler, honey, if the world around you falls apart, our love, it will still be here. And Cody, if the going gets too hard along the way, all of us Hawk fans are gonna give you a big cheer. For united we stand, divided we fall. And if a Razorback ever gets against the wall, we stick together, you and I.
My one question? Where's Kermit the Frog to help out with that duet? Haven't the Arkansas fans already had enough to deal with? Maybe. But if I'm Tyler Wilson, I'm not sure I'd even play out the rest of this season. It's already lost, and considering he's a top 10 pick in the NFL draft, another game like last week could do serious damage to his career. A couple of weeks ago, I predicted that Arkansas could be headed back to the bottom of the SEC West. And that prediction just got a flash pass to the front of the line. News broke late last week that suspensions against current and former members of the New Orleans Saints for the Bounty Gate scandal last spring were lifted unanimously by an appeals panel.
Warning. Incoming rant.
Ha! Hey Raj, can I offer you a sucker? How does it feel to spend all that time, attention, and money on something just to have it erased right before the season starts? Unanimously. No, really. Tell us how you feel.
What was your reaction on the appeals decision to overturn the suspension of the 4 players?
Well, we understand the panel's direction. We're taking that seriously, and we'll be hopefully meeting with the players shortly. They have asked to come in, and I've agreed to do so because we want to understand the facts and make sure that bounties aren't a part of football.
How does that decision by the appeals committee affect your ability to govern the sport?
Well, the panel was very direct and very clear that when it comes to integrity of the game, that is my responsibility and that I have full authority to do that. So they actually reinforced that.
Sure they did. You know, the same way I enforce my diet with a monster thick burger. Now, Commissioner Goodell can choose to readdress the issue, and the panel's decision doesn't permanently devoid the suspensions, but after something like this, why bother? After all, you don't want to look like a... you know. Plus, the panel found that NFL Special Master Stephen Burbank is actually the one who should have handled the punishments, whereas Goodell should have tried to simply prove whether the players tried to injure opponents or not. Look, Roger, the ruling doesn't affect your suspensions of GM Mickey Loomis or Saints coaches Sean Payton and Joe Vitt. At this point, I'd say it's best just to cut your losses. Moving on to baseball, the Major League postseason is a mere 3 weeks away, and that means playoff predictions. Not quite. The wild card races are still a little too close to call. I don't trust the Braves, and both leagues currently feature at least 5 teams within 5 games of the wild card lead. So I figured I'd just go with something that's been bugging me. Big shocker, Seth! I know, but hear me out. The home run ball has been suffering in pro baseball. Maybe I'm spoiled. I did grow up in the steroid era where 50 home runs was the bare minimum. Once you've seen 73 homers in a season, nothing else really compares. Current home run leader Josh Hamilton is only on pace for 47 long balls, and barring another 4-homer game, this will be the 6th time in the last decade a major leaguer hasn't crested 50 in a season. Is it too late to bring the steroids back? I kid. I guess this just makes you respect the old school players like Roger Maris, Babe Ruth, and Mickey Mantle a whole lot more. It's hard to keep it going, even with today's advanced recovery and training methods. The Babe didn't need no Gatorade, just a couple beers. The next home run king will be here soon enough. I'm pulling for Albert Pujols to take the overall record when it's all said and done. I just hope he has enough juice. Did I say juice? And that's it for this week. Make sure you subscribe and leave me a comment below the video on Facebook or YouTube. And you can catch me on RandallSportsReport.com with your weekend wrap-up every Monday. But until next time, I'm Seth Hagen, and this has been your Sports Check. Later.
Well, Trey, I clearly should have watched more Sports Check.